Okay.
So,
Okay, good evening, everyone. At Wellcoin Talk tonight, we have an AMA with Pochi Inu here to speak about the project is AJ. So, yeah, if we could just maybe start with some details about the core team and their background and experience in crypto AG at Pochi Inu, that'd be great.
yeah. So, hi everyone. Thank you so much for attending the AMA today. Thank you, Glenn, and the rest of the team for hosting us. We do actually have a pretty close friend to the team who is actually an admin in your chat. So, shout out to PS. So, a little bit about the team. We are not the biggest of teams. We have around 10 members. The two founders are basically Dr. Fresh and Peyote. Peyote, a few people here may know of Inuyasha and Yasha DAO. He's basically the CEO of Yasha DAO. They sort of incubated our project like they have done for many projects in the past. So he is a member of our core team. Dokti is a Doge whale. He made a fortune accumulating Doge. He's a technical expert. And has been around in the crypto scene for a good number of years. We then have Samkos, who's the head of our marketing team, assisted by PS and Fine. We have all our social media heads, Austin, and we have our NFT breeder, our NFT contract developer, Mco. He is also developing certain aspects of the of the metaverse or the Yashaverse, like I will explain later. And then we have me, who's sort of the community manager and content creator. So that's a little bit about the team. I'm going to go into a quick introduction about the project. So Pochi Inu was basically an idea that was brainstormed by quite a few of us when we were told about the Yashaverse and things like that. We felt that there was a specific thing that was sort of missing from that entire aspect. Dokti is an avid dog lover. His favorite dog is Pochi Inu, which is basically a small Japanese bred, Inu bred family dog. Um, so Dokti's vision was basically to create a pet in the metaverse, right? His idea was that a lot of people in real life, for several reasons, cannot actually own a pet. Be it financial, be it in a place that doesn't really support a healthy lifestyle for pets. With everything that's been going on right now, it would have definitely helped a lot of people if they did have something like a support animal or something along those lines. So his vision was to basically give people as realistic of a project that we could give, in order to actually help people experience something like owning a pet or growing up with your pet. So that was the original inspiration behind the entire project. We our ERC token that launched on the 2nd of February. Basically, our entire idea is to create NFT puppies that users of metaverse will be able to care for and experience within in the beginning Yasha versus Unreal 5 engine metaverse. All our proceeds from tax go to development and marketing. I'll explain the tax breakdown shortly. Proceeds from the NFT sales will also go into all our development and smart contracts. So basically, what we are is, for now, we are just an ERC token. We do have an actual NFT line coming. We are aiming for around 3 to 5 weeks from now. What we believe actually helps us stand out from the rest of the NFT crowd, right, is we have a revolutionary smart contract which will actually let you augment certain properties of your NFT in the metaverse. Um, what I mean by augment is basically, our technological goal for the NFTs and for their interactions with the metaverse is that you will be able to augment your NFT by introducing certain properties like growth, decay, nourishment, and eventually breeding. The Pochi token contract, which is the ERC token, will basically have a staking platform, and you will actually be able to stake your Pochi, and working with your stake Pochi in unison, you will actually be able to augment your NFT in the metaverse. As a sort of something that we wanted to allow our community to experience. We sort of drew inspiration from another NFT project called Bored Apes Yacht Club. Um, exactly like they had sort of serum that develops your NFT into a new NFT. Our concept is basically slightly different. Staking Pochi will actually let you earn, in essence, what we call Pochi food, which will act as a serum or an accelerant, so to speak. And you will actually be able to control how fast or how slow you would like your NFT puppy to grow. So the logic flow is sort of simple. Like I explained, the user has both Pochi and the NFT in their wallet. They stake Pochi. The staking interacts with the actual NFT to augment the NFT's properties, and your image data will be uploaded into the metaverse, and you will actually be able to experience the augmentation itself. And the serum will be used for breeding. So that's just a little bit about what we intend to do. um I'm going to get to the tokenomics real quick, if that's okay,
Yeah,
Glenn.
sure.
So we launched with a total supply of, our total supply is 100 billion, 11% buy tax and 11% sell tax. However, right now I do believe that there is 0% buy tax running. It's been running for a couple of days. The breakup is 1% of both buy and sell goes to the Inuyasha development team. They are platform. They are basically an ERC community that has incubated several projects in the past, like Cliff, Guzzler. Um, so they have all the experience and provide our team with all the experience we need, from contract development to actually interacting within their metaverse to begin with. So we do really look to them to support us on several of our endeavors, and we work in cohesion with them. So we do give them a 1% tax of both buy and sell. On the sell side, 4% goes to our liquidity pool. On the buy side, 1% goes to our liquidity pool, and on the sell side, um, the rest goes to marketing and development, which is 5%, and in on the buy, the rest goes to development and marketing, which is basically 9%. um, so that's just a little bit about our tokenomics. When we launched at a 300k starting market cap, and our all-time high has been around 20 million, I believe, on the first day. So yeah, that's a little bit about us, and what we do. Our liquidity is actually something that we cannot actually pull out. It's been sent to a dead wallet, so in essence it is burnt. So that's something that we wanted to do in order to give our community the belief in our vision, and what we intend to achieve with this
Okay.
project.
Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering how the staking works. You're saying with the Pochi token and the dog NFT, and that mints. Is this minting another token? So is it like an ecosystem building for the metaverse? Or?
Yes. So in essence, what will happen is you won't actually be staking your NFT, right? Your NFT will be what we see in several games right now, which is basically a playable character of sorts, right? So your NFT will actually be a playable character, but your Pochi being staked would actually allow you to it will give you a specific serum which will allow you to augment the properties of that NFT, right? So when you mint the Pochi NFT, which is, like I mentioned, we're aiming for the end of March, start of April. When you do actually mint your Pochi NFT, you will be minting a puppy, right? The staking of the actual token itself will allow you to have a specific serum which you would be able to use in order to augment the properties, right? So growth, in the event you do not feed your dog, there will be a certain level of decay, right? That's when we discuss this idea with a lot of people, please pardon me for being a boomer. There used to be this handheld device called a Tamagotchi, which was basically a handheld pet that you had to sort of sign into a little device, and sort of feed your pet, and in the event you didn't feed your pet would perish and you'd have to restart the game, right? So a lot of people do actually compare our smart contract to in essence a much more complicated version of a Tamagotchi, which is basically that you will actually be able to care for your pet and actually see it grow with by staking your Pochi.
So what's coming first? Is there going to be a P2E game with Pochi, and then you're building a metaverse in the future? Yeah.
So the way we look at it is, we will be in essence not building a P2E game ourselves, but we will be basically Yasha DAO will be creating its Yashaverse, which is also expected to release around the time that our NFTs will be minted. So you will be able to actually see our NFTs in action in their sort of metaverse. So we will be an ecosystem in essence within an ecosystem. Because they have sort of incubated us, and they do have certain pillars of their metaverse already in place, right? With a project like Guzzler, which has car NFTs, will allow you to travel in the Yashaverse, although it didn't originally start out with just that. It launched as an ERC token. So there are certain things that we want to achieve within that metaverse to begin with, and then of course expand to other projects.
So you're actually involved with and partnership with another metaverse then at the moment, yeah?
Yes, in essence, their metaverse has not launched as yet. They are basically like, I would say, an incubator. So they are DAO that actually incubates projects, and they will be basically incubating a project, which is in house for them, called the Yashaverse, which will be their metaverse. We will be one of the projects that will actually have, a playable character of sorts inside that metaverse. It wouldn't really be a playable character, but it would be more like a pet which you will be able to sort of control and sort of feed and grow and do whatever you want to do in that specific metaverse with.
Cool, yeah. And the NFTs, how many are going to be minted? What's the cost? Is it on the Ethereum network? I take it the
Yes.
NFTs
So it will, yeah. So it will be on the Ethereum network. For now, we haven't really disclosed details of exactly how many NFTs we'll be minting. Although the whitelists have sort of started already through our Discord. The whitelist requirements are relatively simple, or we have, of course, because we are a very community centric token and a very community centric project, we have, of course, given our loyal holders a little bit of an added incentive. So in the event you do hold more than 45 million of Pochi, which I believe right now, as of today, with the way markets are, is around 0.75 to zero point 0.9 Ethereum. The other ways that you can get the whitelist is basically our daily giveaways. We have sometimes hourly giveaways. The team is super active on Discord. We also have a bi-weekly or a weekly event that we call Pochi Games, which is basically our rendition of Squid Games but in Discord. So if anyone is a fan, you might want to check that out to win a whitelist spot.
Cool. Yeah, everyone likes Squid Games. It's world renowned now. It's cool doing that in the Discord. Yeah. So with staking as well, do you get any APY or any tokens back in Pochi?
Yes. So the team has sort of devised the serum to be like an extra add-on. So there will definitely be a specific APY that you will earn in Pochi itself, and the serum will sort of be something that will be an added benefit to you staking Pochi. So for example, we had a lot of like I mentioned, our community is our main focus. We had a lot of feedback when we first released our white paper and what we were trying to achieve. We had a lot of feedback regarding people saying that when they told their children, for example, about the project, their children said in a conversation that they would like their dog to grow up alongside them. So that would actually be something that you would be able to control on a day-to-day or month-to-month basis through that staking. So the APYs and how much exactly you'll need, and the time that you'll actually take in order to generate the serum and also your APY for Pochi will all be released along with our staking platform, which is also expected to be released just in and around the NFT release.
Cool. And you were planning a Pochi branded e-commerce for pet supplies as well in the future. What's happening there?
Yes. So we do already have merchandise up on through Yasha DAO's website. A lot of our proceeds from the sale and from our tax and also from the sale of merchandise has gone towards charitable efforts. We would eventually like to switch to an e-commerce sort of platform for pet supplies and things like that. Right now, because of the way the market is, and has been, in fact, for the last couple of weeks, we have, since we've launched, already started supplying food throughout America and Europe for animal welfare shelters. The next step in our charitable allocation towards exactly what we believe would be better right now than an e-commerce platform is to actually start constructing shelters in places that may not be able to or may not have those specific animal welfare shelters. So because that is something that our entire team is extremely passionate about, we want to give back to the community. Several of our community members are in places where they have actually told us about how people treat animals, and we just thought that for now at least, with everything that we have going on in terms of NFTs and in terms of staking and getting everything out to the people, we thought that this would be a better endeavor than working on our e-commerce platform right now.
It's have a charity aspect on projects as well for animal shelters. That's great for them. I'm wondering, with the NFT sales, what's the breakdown of the profits from that? Will you maybe be doing buyback and burns, or putting it towards marketing liquidity?
So the way our contract works is, in essence, a burn would just be sending tokens to the actual dead wallet address, right? We don't have a hard coded contract which would allow us to burn, to get the desire that investors want in terms of price action. But definitely, we would consider burning tokens and sending them to the dead wallet. However, we with the profits of the NFTs, our main goal would be to actually develop qualities, I would say, and allow for more breeding, right? Because the one question that a lot of people have had, including myself, to the developers is, in the event I mint, for example, a husky NFT, right, and I mint let's say a Chihuahua NFT, will breeding actually let me in essence get a puppy that would not be common or would not be seen at all in the real world, right? And the team has worked super hard in trying to figure out exactly if something like that is possible. And there will of course be certain other functions that we would want to implement throughout the metaverse. So a lot of our profits from our sales will actually be put back into development in order to make the project in essence better. I would say marketing, the entire project has already started. We have listed on CMC CG. We've been trending multiple times since our launch, which has been around 21 days, including yesterday yesterday and day before, when we sort of made a run for around 2 million. We do have a lot of marketing things planned in the future. Like, we have several YouTube videos which have been released about the project across the board. Scott Herman is a very big fan of the entire Yasha ecosystem, including a Pochi project. He calls our project Pochi, so we just leave it up to the community to decide what they'd like to do. But definitely a lot of the profits will go back into actually developing out the actual functions of our playable NFTs, in essence, our metaverse NFTs, and a lot of it will go into actually marketing the NFT itself. and buybacks also, of course,
And
team has done on several occasions
it-
and will continue to do.
great. Is there a breakdown of the rarities the NFTs are going to be, and is that going to give you an advantage in the metaverse and the games?
Yes. So it may not give you an advantage in the game, but definitely, we do want to appeal to every single specific, NFT audience. We do know that, the same way our token appeals to specific swing traders, we do know that, people will be excited to, list on a secondary market like OpenSea, and, maybe sell specific NFTs. So there will be certain properties that, will of course be, um, will will be non-negotiable in terms of, our rarities. We've got a lot of questions asking whether people will be able to mint a specific sex of dogs, for example, and the answer to that is that, we would have to hard code certain qualities into all the NFTs, sex and gender being one of them. So definitely there will be a rarity score. Having super rare NFTs will in some way or the other benefit you, even if it's just, a token benefit, right? So there may be certain NFTs which will be super rare, and maybe we can get developers to actually carve, a name into a collar or something like that onto the metaverse. So the team does of course have plans to, reward the people who are holding the rarest NFTs from our collections.
Is there a set date for the NFT pre-sale? And you said that if people join your Telegram or Discord, there's ways to win spots for the whitelist there. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So there isn't a specific date as yet. We are actually building out our NFT community on Discord as well. We have actually gone slightly different than other NFT projects. We've not actually released sneak peeks of the way our NFT would look that, you would be able to sell in the secondary market. We have actually released renders of how your NFT will be in the metaverse, how your NFT will react. We've released several sneak peek videos of, our developers actually, in essence, pointing in a direction and having their Pochi pup run in that specific direction, whistling to them, and the Pochi puppy sort of running towards you in the metaverse. So we don't have a specific date as yet, but we do weekly newsletters in order to let our community know what we have going on for the rest of the week, and also look back on the last week. And definitely, we will be releasing a mint date by the 15th, I would say, of March. Yeah.
Cool. And what's the marketing plans for Pochi and the NFTs going forward into the future?
So we basically are focused on giving our community a sort of overall holistic experience, right? We believe that, there will be a lot of feedback after we drop what I would like to call the Genesis collection of our NFTs. The way our smart contract works is that in the event you would breed, two NFTs. So, for example, if you breed two golden retrievers, you would get a brand new NFT. So that would actually be, something that people will look forward to a lot, because you will be seeing an actual incremental value from your investment, right? You will be earning more Pochi at the same time. You will be also, in essence, being able to generate a specific limited number of NFTs for, a bread dog collection of sorts. So that would be something interesting to see. And at the end of the day, we will support the community however they need our support. All the endeavors to actually get, Pochi into any other metaverse that we can, and would in essence be, the end goal for us. So it's something that would never, in my opinion at least, would never stop with the amount of, playable metaverse projects that are coming out. One of our other ultimate goals is eventually to also have, this specific smart contract, as well as, our NFTs in some form of augmented reality. So that is also something that the team has been discussing, and has actually been figuring out how exactly that would be possible for us. So we do have really big plans for the NFTs in terms of, the token. We believe that, we have already done quite a bit of marketing. The token will only increase in value once, the NFTs come out and the numbers and the tokenomics of how the staking, serum, and things like that would work. We believe that anything before the actual NFTs release is super early, which is why we thought we'd do this AMA with Whalecoin Talk.
You're pushing in marketing into China and Asia as well.
Yes, so we actually have been discussing Asia pretty heavily. We do have a lot of our community members from the actual Yashara who are based in Asia. So we do expect in the next few weeks to roll out promotional videos, marketing collaterals that will of course be online and in real life itself. In our first week, we advertised on SpaceX, a billboard outside SpaceX for around 12 hours, I believe. We did actually get quite a bit of traction in our Telegram group, so that was pretty cool to see. Like I said, the number one thing for us is our community believing in our vision. Feedback of our community and full transparency is super important. So we have actually in last week's newsletter said that we will be releasing our marketing collaterals to the community for feedback, and once they have sort of given us the go ahead, we will be implementing YouTube and Facebook ads across basically the we will be implementing ads not only on Facebook and YouTube, but also doing promotional videos and things like that on Telegram and Discord.
I can open it up to the rest of the team if anyone's got a question. AJ at Tokenomics.
Hey Glenn, yeah, I have a few questions because I heard you guys mention Tamagotchis and I remember those. I remember the beeping and everything. So I'm actually curious, like how much will it look like a Tamagotchi? Will people actually have to take care of them and wash them and feed them every day, or will that be more on the side that it's a bonus if you actually do these activities with the serum token and then sort of improve your NFT, or will it be like mandatory, like if you don't wash it for 3 days it'll get, I don't know, sad or anything like that?
Taking the entire Tamagotchi experience, like having to wash it and clean it and things like that, is not something that we have in our plans. The way we look at it is we want our community to be able to actually skip a lot of the mundane stuff that you would have to do if you actually own a pet. For example, you wouldn't have to shower it or anything, but quintessential things like feeding your puppy, for example, is something that we actually wanted to implement because users will actually be rewarded in game in the metaverse in order to grow their puppy. For example, if you wanted to keep your puppy a puppy, there would be a feature that would there would be basically a sort of workaround in terms of what you can stake and earning serum and being able to use your serum for something other than growing your puppy. So there will be a workaround that the team is developing for people who do want to just have puppies for the rest of time. It may be even something as simple as never feeding your puppy. But basically, your growth depends on you. Yes, there will be some level of decay in your NFT in the event you buy your NFT and you actually feed it serum for let's say 3 or 4 times, and then for maybe a specific number of days you don't actually go back and interact with your pet or feed it even without the serum, you will actually see a certain level of decay on your NFT, right? A very big part of our entire project is appealing to a specific demographic that is wider than just the crypto community, right? So we don't want people to have to deal with things like the passing away of one of our pets, right? So we will of course have something of course much easier than actually passing away. It'll be just a certain degree of decay, after which your NFT will not decay anymore. So we will actually give people the benefit of actually investing their serum into a specific NFT. So you won't actually have to like wash your dog or anything like that. It would be more like you have to just feed your dog in order to have your NFT grow. And along with the actual growth in the metaverse, like we've seen in several NFT projects, there are NFT games where you can stake your NFT and your NFT earns certain let's say weapons or items, right? And people basically who have those weapons or items or levels, on secondary market as well, list those NFTs for a higher floor price. So we intend to develop the entire NFT depending on what, for example, the age of a specific dog is in terms of Pochi years, and sort of take it from there. So it will be you know basically left up to the community to decide what they feel is the rarity of a specific NFT, because even though you may have a super rare NFT, you may have certain competition by just a normal rare NFT where someone has actually used serum in order to grow that puppy. It depends also on the community that may want to own a puppy that is 2 or 3 years old and has a different sort of look in the metaverse than the actual Genesis Mint puppy.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty fair way of doing it. You don't want people's NFTs dying on them because they forgot to feed them, right? So
Exactly.
that would be pretty
Exactly.
dumb. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like you said, like if you choose to, I don't know, maybe only feed them puppy food or something like that, you can keep them
Mhm.
as a puppy or all those good stuff. Yeah, I think that's a
Yeah.
pretty cool way of going about it. And yeah, maybe in the future, I don't know, maybe you can buy a certain NFT dog bowl and buy it once, and then your puppy stays fed for 2 months. Or yeah, the possibilities are out there. So I think it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. The possibilities really are endless, right? Basically what we would have to do to generate something like that is generate a render in our metaverse, right? And basically have it interact with our smart contract in a specific way. So I don't believe that that would be a problem at all.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. And I imagine like people that want to have a pet in the metaverse and all that, maybe they will actually want these features where they have to wash their dog every day, they have to take them on a walk, or maybe they want to buy
Exactly.
a special leash for them. So yeah, I think it's pretty important to listen to the community and everything they're saying. So yeah, yeah, you're going about it the right way, and just paying attention to what people want, and then putting it forward. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We very truly believe that because of the sort of sentiment that Yasha Dao has sort of instilled in most of its projects, which is an extremely safe community. For us, our community is our main focus. I'm personally, and a lot of my team members are also personally in Discord and Telegram every single day, especially Discord. We do already have 140 people who have whitelisted for the NFT mint. Whitelisters will be getting an early mint so that they don't have to deal with gas wars. We do plan on having an actual window for the whitelisters. So, in the event you don't want to get in at minute number one because you're worried about Ethereum gas, we will actually have a window, so you would be able to actually spread out the whitelisters, and they will also be getting a discounted price which will be released along with the main price. So we are actually also listening to a lot of those whitelisters and their suggestions and ideas, and eventually once we launch the project, most, like I said, most of the sales and profits from the NFTs as well as the taxes from the actual token itself will go towards developing features that our community would like to have inside these specific metaverse projects.
Yeah, sounds super cool. So sounds nice. Yeah, and being part of the whole Inu movement, that's I know some
Mhm.
people are not fans of meme tokens and all that, but I think they just don't get it because when you have a lot of Inus, well, they can collab together, they can work together, and you're doing just that. You see, so it's yeah, it's super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, thank you for answering. Yeah.
You're most welcome. We do actually believe that we are not just an ERC20 token or just an NFT play, or for example, just a metaverse play. We do actually believe that we, in some way or the other, combine all those three aspects. Me and Dokti are both have been NFT enthusiasts for the last couple of years, and what we basically wanted to do with this project was give people an actual NFT that has a token backing that specific NFT, rather than dropping an NFT and then airdropping tokens which are in essence worthless, right? There are so many Solana projects which allow you to which just holding them will give you a specific NFT token, or an NFT coin, for example, and it's the airdrops are pretty much worthless. So we want to go about it the other way, where we sort of have a token backing up our NFTs, and people understand the importance and the complexity, and in both the token and the NFT themselves actually interacting with each other. So while we do have the Inu tag, and of course we do actually intend to collab with a lot of other Inu projects, we are much more than just an ERC token play.
And we've got investor questions, so we can move on to that. Syed, you had a question for AJ. Pochi Inu, go ahead.
Yeah, Glenn, thank you. So you mentioned about this Pochi branded e-commerce for pet supplies. I want to know that will only Pochi holders be able to use this e-commerce platform, or everyone?
No, it would definitely be open to the public. See, the way we look at it is, we are not just appealing to a cryptocurrency audience, right? We want to have a sort of widespread presence, even in communities that aren't very deeply involved in cryptocurrency. So definitely the e-commerce platform will be able to be accessed by the general public. For now, basically the people who hold the Pochi token are already getting certain benefits, like a loyalty program for whitelist, right? Like I mentioned, if you hold more than 45 million Pochi right now, you have an instant whitelist into the NFT mint. So the token holders see the vision, and they believe in the project, and they know that at the end of the day, our main priority is to take care of our token holders. And the e-commerce platform is something just like charity, that we want to have a sort of widespread audience involved in our project.
Okay, got it. And will user be only able to make payments in Pochi Inu native token, or other stable cryptocurrencies will also be accepted on your e-commerce platform?
So we will definitely be accepting different cryptocurrencies on the e-commerce platform. So it won't be just Pochi. Definitely, Pochi will be one of the tokens that you will be able to use, and that'll be an interesting mechanic on how the tokenomics change with the use of Pochi. But definitely, we will have several other cryptocurrencies on that platform.
Okay. On your white paper, I read about pet adoption application. Will it be in real type, life pet adoption application, and how will it work?
So the way that it'll work is that we ultimately intend to actually tie up specific annual funding to shelters, animal welfare shelters, and you will actually be through the team, and through our website, be able to fill out an application in a specific country that you may be in to adopt a pet. So yes, that is something that is in our plans.
Okay, so initially, in which country this application will work?
So the way the team has the sort of roadmap set out is that we want to get the token and the NFT out, and have people actually interact with what our vision is, and that would be one of the ultimate stages of our project, to sort of link up with those animal shelters and be able to provide them with a steady source of funding, and then eventually have people actually fill out applications. So a specific country isn't in mind, but definitely we will be looking to do that post our entire development and our introduction into the metaverse.
Okay, really great incentive. Thank you so much, and best of luck, guys.
Thank you.
And we'll move on to Aisha. Aisha, you had a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Okay, my question to Pochi Inu representative is that you mentioned about NFT breeding. I want to know that will there be any limit on creating number of new baby NFTs using to adult NFTs?
So there won't be a specific number. It would just be a sort of function where it would take you a slightly longer to do multiple breeds. That will be one of the limitations, because the time that you will need in order to generate serum from staking will, of course, be a fixed period, right? So it may not be as easy as being able to breed let's say 5 puppies in the span of 1 week, it may actually the tokenomics and the actual numbers may actually vary, once we release them, to allow for in essence, what we would like to say in the NFT world is a supply shock of sorts. So, for example, that we don't want to make it too simple for people to breed, because breeding would actually be the last stage of your entire sort of life cycle, the way we have it planned, right? You would have to grow your NFT puppy to a slightly more mature age before you'd actually be able to breed. So what we would do is that the serum and the staking, the serum and the actual staking of the Pochi would allow you to grow your dog to a certain age, for example, or a certain property, and then you would be basically allowed to able, rather than allowed, but you would be able to use your serum in order to breed that puppy. So there won't be a hard cap limit, but there will be a specific time period between the generation of the serum, enough serum in order to allow you to breed again.
Okay, got it. And you also mentioned about NFT decay without feeding and serum. I want to know that with passage of time, as dog become old, is it possible that it may die and NFT completely decays?
Not at all, not at all. That is something that we want to give people. We want to sort of give people that sort of comfort in not dealing with losing a pet in real life, because a lot of people have actually dealt with that, and it is devastating. So definitely not to a point where the entire NFT would decay. I would say not even to a point close to that. It would be based on the specific age of your dog. Your dog would actually in essence decay to the point, for example, if your dog is your NFT puppy is extremely old, it will actually decay to a younger age. So it won't be something that will cause people grief or panic if they don't sort of interact with their NFT puppy for a specific period of time.
That's really amazing. And one more question from my side. I want to know that how will players be able to get excellent serum, which is used to breed?
So you will actually be able to get serum through staking our ERC20 token, right? Which is the token that we launched 20 days ago. You will actually be able to generate a specific amount of serum based on how long you stake how long you stake our ERC20 Pochi token for. It will also depend on the amount of the Pochi token that you stake. It may fasten the actual generation of your accelerant or your serum.
Okay. Okay. One more question. I want to know that will there be any limit on maximum numbers of NFTs per wallet?
So definitely for whitelisters, there will be. The way we look at it is for public, depending on community feedback and of course our whitelisters feedback, because at the end of the day, they are the most important sort of section of our community in terms of whitelists. So depending on their feedback, when all the NFT details are released along with the number of NFTs and the date of minting, the team may consider a max. Limit, but as of now, we don't believe that there would be any max limit on public minting. Definitely on whitelist minting, there will be a limit.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you for answering my questions, and best of luck for your project.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
Great. That was all the questions from investors. So we've had people joining in the AMA as we've been talking, AG. So maybe we can do a recap over the Pochi Inu project ins and outs for investors that have missed the first part of the AMA.
I'll just give everyone a quick rundown. Pochi Inu is basically an ERC20 token as of now. We intend to develop and create NFT puppies, which you will be able to care for and interact with in several metaverses, including our first one, which will be an Unreal 5 engine Yashaverse metaverse project. The revolutionary nature of our smart contract will actually allow us to have our ERC20 token and our NFT interact with each other in order to augment the actual properties of that NFT. So, the augmentation will be in 4 types, which will basically be, growth, decay, nourishment, and breeding. By staking your Pochi token, you will actually earn a serum or an accelerant, which will help you, sort of achieve the augmentations that I just spoke about. Um, and basically the way we look at it is the logic flow would be that you would have to have both your Pochi token and NFT in the same wallet. You would stake your Pochi. Your staking interacts with the actual NFT in order to generate serum, and that serum will help you augment certain properties of your NFTs. And eventually you will be able to breed our NFTs in order to create a new collection of NFTs, which of course will be dependent on what the community decides to breed with our Genesis Mint. So yeah, that's just a little recap of what we plan to do with our project. Our ERC token launched 20 days ago on the 2nd of February. And our NFTs are expected to launch, end March, early April, and we would have um, all the announcements made in our Telegram and Discord over the next couple of weeks. And whitelist applications and spots have already opened for our actual NFT mint. So you can head over to Discord to find out more about that.
Okay, great. Well, we always say if anyone's listening back to the recording, you've got any questions, we can get you safely over to Telegram or Discord if you ask in our main chat. And do you have the VC open for investors to come in and ask questions sometimes?
Yes. So we do actually have. If you do actually hop into our Telegram channel and type, white paper, newsletters, Discord, you will get all our links, including our website link. And we do actually host, 1 to 2 AMAs every day on our Telegram. We do host, extremely interactive games where, all our team members are on Discord, and our community is participating for whitelist. So if there is ever any information or anything, any help that anyone needs in understanding what our project is about, all our resources are plastered all over our Discord as well as our Telegram. And myself included, and several other developers of this project, and admins, mods are always available on Telegram. We do also usually host one voice chat in Telegram, which is just sort of community hangout, a more informal sort of hello to our community every day. So definitely you can hop in and join us over there.
Great, AJ. I have got questions coming in DMs actually. If any of the core team are doxed.
Peyote is actually doxed. Joey is actually doxed. The CEO of Yasha DAO. He doxed actually when Yasha was launched. So we none of the other team members are formally doxed, other than I believe our head of like managing central exchanges and listings, which I believe is deregister. So we do have two core team members who are actually doxed.
I think we've got spin the wheel now as well. But yeah, it's been great speaking to you, AG. You come across as a very nice and genuine guy, which is great for investors. And as you say, someone from our admin team, I think, over here at WorldCoin Talk. So it's been great speaking to you today. It's a super cool project, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the future of Pochi, and it was great you could come today and talk to our investors about it. Thank you very much.
Yep. Thanks, Glenn. Thanks to everyone at WhaleCoin Talks. I really appreciate you all taking out time to listen to us today. And we'll see you in our chats.